So I posted a video about making a bustier that will stand without bust caging, and I got a lot of comments to drop the tutorial. So this is me fulfilling my promise. This is a detailed video on how to draft a bustier without bust caging. This video will be having a part 2 because this is just the drafting tutorial, so you have to stay tuned for the part 2. I'll be posting a part 2, which is the sewing tutorial, after this. So for the sewing tutorial for how to draft and sew a bustier that will stand and without caging, you start by drafting your basic bodies and inputting your vertical measurements, your full length, your waist, your shoulder to waist, your shoulder to under bust, and your shoulder to bust point. That is labeling those vertical lines there, as you can see. Then I believe we all know, or most of us, if not all of us, know how to draft a basic bodies. You input your back. For this tutorial, I'm using the back of 7.5, and I came down. I used the usual 3x3 neck width and neck depth. Then that's me drafting out the neck depth. So I'm came down by 1 inch from the shoulder to form a shoulder slant, and I'm using 7.5 for my armhole depth. You all know how to calculate your armhole depth. Divide your bust measurements by 6 plus 1.5 inches. So that's it. So after inputting your armhole depth, you go in, you get the midpoint of your armhole depth, and you go in by half inches. Just to watch what I'm saying. For some of us, this might be normal. Then you connect the line as so. Yeah, just watch what I'm doing. So here you are going to input your nipple to nipple measurement. My nipple to nipple measurement is 7.5 divided by 2, that is 3.5 quarter, 3.75. I marked that on my bust, on my under bust, on my waist, and on my hip line, and I connected it on a straight line. Yours might be different. Your nipple to nipple measurement might be 8, 6, or 9. You divide into 2 and mark it on your bust line to your hip line, then connect it on a straight line. Divided what I have on my shoulder into 2 and connected that line to my bust line. Just watch what I'm doing. So yeah, I want to do the under bust tightening. Whatever inches you want to use for your under bust tightening will determine how deep your bustier will be. My bust is 36 and I want to use 2 inches for the under bust tightening. Now for the side front, I went out by 1 1/4, and for the center front, I went in by half and quarter, that's 0.5. I inputted that on the under bust, waist, and on the hip line. That is my top length, where my top length goes to, and I connected it on a straight line. If your bust is bigger, you can decide to use 3 inches for the under bust tightening. It depends on the size of bust you are working with. This will determine how deep your bustier will be, if that is a bustier or it is a cup. This part is very, very important if you want a standing bustier or a deep bustier. So my bust line, I'll come down by 1 inches and connect that line to what I have on the side under bust with my curve ruler. That is to eliminate whatever sharp edge I might have there. Just watch what I'm doing. I'll connect it. Then I'll go to my center front as well. I'll connect whatever I have there. So that 1 inches I came down with. I want my top to be, I'm actually making a top, I want it to be a sweetheart neck. You can use it as a straight neck, a square neck, anyone, but I want to make it as a sweetheart neck. So to determine how deep I want the neck to be, I came down there by 8 inches. That is how deep I want the sweetheart neck to be. And to determine how high I want it to be at the side, at the armhole side, I went to that armhole side and came down by 5 inches. That will help me determine how I want the shape to be, how high and how low I want that neckline to be. So I will rule a straight line, just a little straight line on there, because I want to do upper bust tightening there. You know, we've done under bust tightening. We also need to do an upper bust tightening. I'm using 1.5 for the upper bust tightening. I went out there by 1 inches, and on the center front, I came in by half inches. So I'm going to connect those 2 lines to my bust point. But before then, I have to connect that line first to the sweetheart neckline I created. Just to watch what I'm doing. I want to achieve that sweetheart neck. Now, I connected that part to the sweetheart neck. Can you see it? Now, I'll be connecting those lines to my bust line, just to give it that cup effect. If you have a bigger bust, you might decide to use 2 inches for your upper bust tightening. You might decide to use 1 inches. Anyone that works for you, do whatever works for you. But the number of inches you use for the under bust tightening and upper bust tightening will determine how deep your cup will be. So the 1.5 that I removed there, I'll have to replace it back. I extended that armhole so I can replace that 1.5 back. Do not forget to replace the 1.5, because we are going to eliminate that 1.5 we used for the upper bust tightening. When we are cutting, we do not need it, we are going to discard it. So that 1.5 that is there, we have to replace its back, is important. So that's that. Now I want to input my body measurements. So I divided my bust circumference into 4. I marked it. Then I checked what I have there. Just see what I'm doing. What I have there that is on that bust line is 1 inches. I replaced it because while cutting, see those darts, those tightening that you took, we are going to discard them. So you have to replace them. For my under bust too, I divided my under bust circumference into 4. I marked what I have there, read into 4, and I marked what I have there. Then I checked what I used for the under bust tightening. We used 2 inches. Then I replaced the 2 inches back. I did the same for the waist. I divided my waist circumference into 4. Then replaced the 2 inches back as well. Do not forget to replace that 2 inches. If you do not replace that 2 inches back, your measurement will be short. So this thing for my hip line, I measured what I have there, and I replaced it back. It's very simple. Then connect those lines. Connect those lines that you've marked. Connect your waist to your under bust to your bust, and connect it back to your hip. just to watch what I'm doing. Sorry, my camera did not capture that part, but I'm sure you understand what is going on there. Then I added 1.5 for seam allowance. You might decide to not add it on your pattern. You might decide to add it on your cosmetic fabric, but I prefer to add it on my pattern because I might forget to add it back on my fabric when cutting. So I avoid story that touches the heart. So I prefer to add whatever seam allowance is allowance I want to add. I always prefer to add it on my pattern. Like that, I will not forget to add it on my fabric. So you can do whatever works for you. Then I'm drafting a new armhole. You see that armhole is connected to that 1.5 we added back to the armhole. Is connected to it. So that upper part is your yoke. If you are using yoke, you can decide to keep it. But my top is an off shoulder. I don't need it. But if you are using it, you can decide to keep it. Yeah, I want to do the side bust that. This is very, very important to whatever outfit you are making. So my front half length is 17 and I took my back half length, which is 16. The difference there is 1 inch. So I want to remove that 1 inch. On that side bust, on the bust line, I came down by 1 inch and I collected the line back to the bust point, as you are seeing. So removing your side bust or making a side bust, that is very, very important. It's a game changer for whatever outfit you are making. So I want to cut out my pattern now. When I'm done cutting out my pattern, I will close up that side bust. So you just have to watch what I'm doing. If I cut it out, I'll find it easier. It will be more easier for me to be able to close the side bust that. So this is me closing the side bust that. I've eliminated that part so that the side seam will align. You know, the back half length is shorter than the front half length, so by the time I join it to align and it will allow our bust sit well at the front. So what is remaining now is to cut it out on my fabric. Like I said, this video will be having a part 2 and you'll be seeing that on the part 2.